Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and we've discussed a great deal of topics in recent days that surround how dangerous it can be on YouTube for small content creators. DMCA strikes being used as weapons in order to silence criticism and taking full advantage of the YouTube 3 strikes and you're out system and how little those channels can do to protect themselves. More often than not, they're left utterly defenseless against such attacks and, thanks to YouTube's complete lack of caring about their content creators, sometimes face their channel being wiped off the face of the earth by spurious DMCA strikes from embittered game developers or asset flippers attempting to silence criticism wherever it might be found. All YouTubers are acutely aware of these dangers, as it is a common enemy that we must all band together to fight against. And that makes this following video all the more painful, because it involves a YouTube content creator attacking a smaller channel in exactly this fashion, and this unfortunate soul is not the only one to be targeted, nor will he be the last. Now I'd like to introduce you all to Ghostboy, a fellow YouTuber. His channel is very small, sporting just shy of 200 subscribers at the time of this recording. His channel focuses on Let's Plays, and he seems to do a decent job of it. He recently posted a video regarding fur fun, and from what I could gather, he was rather critical of the title, as has been literally everyone who has reviewed the game. Well, I should say anyone who isn't a fanboy of DalasReview and who hasn't received a key for free in return for a positive review, which is basically every one of the reviews on Steam where English is spoken as the primary language. This follows on the back of a Eurogamer article where DalasReview was interviewed regarding the controversies that have been surrounding the horrible game and their professional troll of a publisher, where Dallas stated, "There is not a single video related with fur fun in my claimed content." Of course, Dallas denied everything and continues to simply call everyone liars. Meanwhile, the acts of deleting negative comments and issuing DMCA takedowns of videos continue unabated. He will most likely claim that the videos are abusive or offensive in some way in order to not seem like the bad guy in these instances. Indeed, DalasReview even held an AMA on Reddit titled, "Hi, I am Fur Fun Dev. I will answer all questions from you regarding controversy about the game," which I find it interesting that he calls himself the dev here, even though he has vociferously defended the idea that he is merely the publisher and not the developer, but I digress. Now, DalasReview's AMA went about as anyone could predict. He dodged more than 90% of the questions where the truthful answers would cast him or Fur Fun in a negative light. Indeed, he has even denied ever issuing a DMCA strike on anyone's channel, even though I've been able to verify that this has happened on at least 2 different channels now. In addition to the informational purge that DalasReview seems so fond of doing, he's deleted all of the comments that he made from his AMA. However, archives of the AMA do indeed exist, and which are very pertinent to the discussion at hand. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, DMCA strikes are extremely damaging to a YouTuber. 3 of them and you lose your channel. It and all of the posted videos are wiped from existence, never to return. An example of a blatant misuse of this fully automated system that YouTube has in place couldn't be better defined than when Sega decided to purge YouTube of any Shining Force videos via the DMCA system. This blanket DMCA killed a great many smaller channels. Some remain deleted to this day, never to return. DalasReview, as a YouTuber, should know better. Should know the effect this has on YouTubers is how little smaller channels are able to defend themselves. What Dallas has been doing is, while no means as widespread as Sega's sweep back in 2012, ultimately every bit as amoral, every bit as cruel, and every bit as evil as what Sega had done. Because in spite of how this morally bankrupt troll of a YouTuber might feel about things, he should know better. Now, it doesn't matter how many times people call out your game for being broken, buggy, and more dull than a pet rock with Xanax addiction. Whether it's true or not, which it is true here, that isn't a reason to issue a DMCA takedown. Calling a shit game shit is not a reason to claim it is copyright infringement, because it's not. And issuing false DMCA takedowns is a crime. It is perjury, on top of it being one of the singularly most asshole-ish things one can do. And also, we don't even need to argue fair use in this case. In this, you showed that you were trying to clean up after the abject stupidity of your own mouth running away with you. One of the deleted comments in the AMA, which is indeed shown in the archive, is an answer to the question, Do you allow posting reviews of the game to video streaming sites without permission if the uploader of the video will make money out of the video? And Dallas's response was exactly this. Yes, it is allowed. In the post you linked, I see it has been taken a bit out of context. You can review the game as long as you want, in a positive or negative way, preferably in a constructive way if it's negative. And what this does, dear viewer, this gives blanket permission for YouTubers and Twitch streamers to post monetized content involving fur fun, which negates any claim that Dallas may have had to be able to later issue DMCA takedowns of content he didn't like. These YouTubers don't even need to claim fair use. He gave them permission, every last one of them. This whole mess is turning into a circus, and I'm sure that DalasReview is rejoicing in the exposure that he is getting in regards to all this. Indeed, I don't think I could have found a YouTube more diametrically opposed to the ideals of my own channel if I'd tried. Now, links to all of this content that I've shown here will be in the description down below. And don't forget to like and share, as this issue really does deserve to be known. People need to know to avoid this YouTuber and his games. A YouTuber that has no compunction about striking against a fellow YouTuber for no better reason than to attempt to silence criticism that could potentially harm his profit margin. And if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe as well. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter or Facebook to stay up to date with any events or appearances that I might have. And while you're at it, if you're so inclined, I have a Patreon as well. I go through $1 at that. It goes a lot further than you might think. Also, don't forget to go check out the two smaller channels that Dallas is affected by this, Ghostboy and Mildew. Show them some support like so many of you have shown me. Links to their channels will be in the description down below as well. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate it. Once again, I am SidAlpha, and I will see you next time.